is Mrs. Shade. Today in music class, we are going to learn about how we read pitches on the staff using our pitch names. Now, first of all, we need to review what is a staff. Right here, I have my music staff whiteboard. The staff has 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some of you, especially if you are a former Scholl student, may know that we have a song to remind us how many lines are on the music staff. It goes like this. The music staff, the music staff. There are 5 lines on the music staff. A 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5, 5, 5 and a 5, 5, 5. 5 lines on the music staff. In between those 5 lines, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. If we write a note that's higher on the staff, that note's pitch will be higher. If we write a note that's lower on the staff, that note's pitch will be lower. So the higher we go on the staff, the higher our pitch. The lower we go on the staff, the lower the pitch. We're now going to do some practice with line notes and space notes. If I'm drawing a note on a line, I'm going to draw the note head with the line going right through it. In this case, I'm drawing a ta or a quarter note. So that note head is right on top of the line is going right through that note head. That note is on a line. If I draw that same note head in between 2 lines, we would say this note is in a space.
Let's take a closer look at this note. This is a space note. We can see it's a space note because the note head, in this case it's a whole note, so it only has a note head and no stem, fits nicely between the bottom 2 lines. We would say that this note is in the first space. Let's take a look at the next note. The next note is another whole note, so it doesn't have a stem, it only has a note head, and we can see that line going right through the middle. This note, if we're counting up from the bottom, is on the 1, 2, 3, the 3rd line.
On the board over here, I've written the letters in our music alphabet. Our music alphabet has 7 letters, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. After G, we can just keep going and the music alphabet starts over again. So if I was going to say my whole music alphabet, I could say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 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 A, B, C, D, E, F, G. After G, the next letter is not H. It would start all over again with A, B, C, and so on. Now, to know where our notes are on the staff, we need to look at the clef. There are a couple different kinds of clefs. Some of the most common ones you may have seen might be the treble clef or the bass clef. If you play the piano, you see these clefs connected in a grand staff. Today we are going to focus on the treble clef. A treble clef looks like this, kind of like a fancy P with a little swirly swirl in the middle. And this treble clef tells us what note we would find on this line. There's another name for this treble clef. The other name for it is a G clef. So that means that if I were to draw a note right here on this line, that note is the note G. If I keep going up on my staff and get higher and higher and higher, I'm going forward through my music alphabet. So let's see, what's the next note going to be? What comes after G? It's A. Remember, it's not H. It's A. What comes after A? B. This note would be C, D, E, F. We could keep going, or just keep going through the music alphabet. Let's figure out what notes now we need before here, because we've got an empty space and an empty line we haven't figured out. So we just need to look backwards through our alphabet now. We know this note is G. The note that comes before G is F. So this space right here would be F. And that leaves this bottom line, which would be an E. Now we figured out all the notes on our treble clef staff. Let's take a look at some of the notes in lines. So the line notes, the notes that have a line going through them are E, G, B, D, F. There are lots of different sayings people know to remind you of what notes are on the lines on the staff. Every good boy deserves fudge. Every good bird does fly. You can think of lots of different things. The spaces spell out something different. The spaces spell out F, A, C, E. That's the word face. F-A-C-E, face. Now that you know what these notes are on the staff and how to find them, you can practice reading some of them and figuring out their letter names.